Good evening. Are we
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to keep this? Are we supposed to keep this daytime neutral? Either way, good afternoon and good morning. This is All About Cynics podcast. We're going to be discussing the internet and video games. There's a surprise. I'm Aaron. This is Harvey.
Hello.
So what's first on the agenda? You've made the list.
Oh shit, yeah. Hang on. Let me reach across
Oh, damn, it's
from
already got
where
this
I'm
placed.
lying down on the sofa to click it. Oh.
Oh,
First is in no particular order. It's Kojima and Konami. It's pretty weird.
oh, that is
What's
ridiculous.
going on
Like,
there?
I was talking to a guy at work who seemed to know infinitely more about this than I did.
Okay.
And he says that they've been trying to get rid of him for a while now. And I
Right.
think that's very strange, considering he seems to be doing nothing but kind of good work.
I thought he'd been trying to get rid of them based on
Oh, really?
every time he makes a game he says, "Oh, I'll never do that again."
Fair enough. I guess maybe they've grown sick of each other finally.
Well, actually, I was watching. I don't know if you've ever seen the YouTube Super Bunny Hop, but
Nope.
oh, he's pretty good. But
Yeah.
he did something about Konami and
Yeah.
how they've always been mad. And like he said, like just their like business choices. Like if you watch like their E3, you know that really
Yeah.
fucking weird one where it's all just like them like dancing around and they bring on Mexican wrestlers.
Jeez.
And then
But
he
then all
pointed
the
out.
E3s are weird.
Well, then he also pointed out there was a time called March Madness, which was when in March Konami released three Silent Hills in a month.
What?
And around the same time as Modern Warfare 3, it was during the same week. And then they claimed that sales of Silent Hill were bad. It's like no one's got
Yeah.
120 pounds
Oversaturated,
to
yeah.
spend on Silent Hill and also buy Modern Warfare 3, and it's like they're that kind of company, so it kind of sort of half makes sense why they do something so weird. Because yeah, I agree with you. Like they're just doing loads of YouTube takedowns of
Yeah.
videos that have a go at them, and then they're also like removing Kojima from a game where the main advertising should
It's
be that
him.
he
And
made it.
it's like
Like
like removing Peter Molyneux from Peter Molyneux game. Like it might make
yeah,
in the short term might be a short term solution. Like people won't get annoyed at it, but
yeah,
you will lose something key to it,
that
which
would
is the
make me
kind of
buy it
creative
though.
drive. What
If
removing Kit?
if
Removing Peter
if
Molyneux.
if I knew Molyneux had nothing to do with it, that's why I buy every other game. Because I check the box. I'm like, did Peter Molyneux have anything to do with this?
I would make a. We should make a website for dedicated to that. Because
Or
he
just,
hasn't actually. I tell you what though, he stuck to his guns this time. He said he wasn't going to talk to the press anymore, and I have not seen a single extra press interview. So
but it was funny that he did like 5 press interviews saying that he wouldn't
to
talk to
say
the
that he
press
was, yeah, yeah.
anymore.
He is.
But
I mean, maybe the time of the author game developer is over. Maybe. And then again, actually,
I
fucking Tim
don't know.
Schafer's trying to fight the tide then. So
But like that's I mean it's actually with any like medium usually you just get more auteurs. Like there's no reason why there wouldn't be. It's just because I don't know. I don't like those headline things where just because one auteur turned out to be an asshole, it's like M Night Shyamalan was an auteur filmmaker and he talks shit now. It's not like oh
yeah,
there'll be no
true.
auteurs
But
in the
for
game making
Harvey, I
industry.
was I was saying that one's become an asshole and one's been fired. So that's the end of an age, surely. That's
That's
two
true.
two whole people.
Well, he
Um,
hasn't said anything. Was he fired or did he leave? And
I
it's just a
I
really
well,
weird.
I was told that he was fired, but I mean, he might. Now you mention it, then he was always miserable. And also, I hear they really messed him up on the last one, like the weird one that was like 4 hours long and was a full price game. Like apparently the team they gave him for that didn't know how to make games or something. So I mean,
What
maybe that was the final straw.
he didn't. Did he want to release that?
No, apparently
It
not.
was Ground Zeroes, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was the one.
Yeah.
He said that this isn't ready for it, and they were like, "Oh well, it's a game technically. We could charge 80 quid for it, and people would buy it because it's a Metal Gear game."
Yeah.
So I guess that's how they pulled that one off.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I always think, I don't want another Metal Gear Solid game. But it's
Yeah,
one of those series where I don't want another one, but I can't really think of one that I didn't like.
it's true.
If you know, if you do you ever get that? Like you're just a
Yeah,
bit,
no, definitely. And well, I
bored of a
tell you what,
series.
that is probably my relationship with the Assassin's Creed franchise. I don't really want one, but I'm gonna buy one because at the end of the day, I look at them all and I'm like, you know what? Those are all right to good times.
Yeah. I refuse.
I know you do, but you
I
feel more
refuse.
wronged than I do by the
I'm
Assassin's
not
Creed
wrong. I'm
franchise.
just done. I'm like, fuck, too many hours. Too many hours wasted just collect. Because actually, I really don't like Ubisoft's new system of
I,
open
s-
world games, which is like,
well, I saw
let's
the same
just put
open world game, which is really annoying.
let's put all the collectibles we can. Oh, they give you new armor. I don't care. I don't want new
Yeah.
armor.
Oh, do you want to explore the map quite quickly? Well, then just climb to a high point and look around.
Yeah, well, that's
Oh,
gotten fucking old.
that's everywhere. I mean,
Jesus.
and I thought they might like when I saw that was going to be in Far Cry. I was like, oh, it could be interesting because there's going to be like modern structures or whatever. But no,
Yeah,
no, it was not.
it
Mm-mm.
was quite cool. They like they made it like a bit of a puzzle
The
to get to
radio
the top.
jammer thing or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, it's fine.
If you didn't like Far Cry 3, did you?
I thought actually tell you what, it grew on me, and
Yeah.
then the 3 evenings I played it ended, and I haven't played it since. But I have
Yeah.
fond memories of my time. It just didn't hold me. I tell you what, the multiplayer mode I played it with a friend of ours.
Yeah.
A friend of ours quite a bit. That was quite alright. I thought it was a fine game, but it's all the time I was playing it, I was like, I'm just playing a first person Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Like this is Ubisoft have officially done it. They've run out of ideas.
But without the pretty music and the like
Yeah,
more
well,
interesting parkour than
sweeping
just pressing
characterization.
like where there be white rope, press the A button.
Yeah,
That is basically Far Cry's
yeah.
platforming now. But
It was great. I mean, equally, I think it's probably the best Far Cry game. Not that it's a fucking hard competition, but it
well, Far Cry 2, Jesus Christ.
was terrible, and Far Cry 1 was forgettable. So, in
Actually,
fact, now that I think about it, Crysis 2 is pretty terrible as well, and Crysis 1 was only noteworthy because of its graphics. So maybe the Cry team have never done anything good. Who
no,
knows?
Crisis 1 is a good game. Crisis
Yeah,
1 is a genuinely good game.
yeah. It's not extraordinary though. I don't know. It's alright.
Did you actually no because
Gets a bit
well
weird near the end.
oh yeah, well it just ends.
Yeah.
It doesn't get weird. It just stops and then just goes, "Oh, do you have fun?" Well,
No,
did you?
no Crisis. No, I didn't. Go on.
Oh no, what was it? Well, actually, we moved on from Konami. I noticed actually why are we talking about Konami and Kojima? Because we both basically admitted that we had no idea what was going on.
Well, I mean, we were talking about it because I think
Yeah,
it does raise an interesting question because like, I mean, I think just about broader about the kind of personalities because it seems like to do this anymore, you need to do what Molyneux or to do what Tim Schafer's doing
yeah,
and just kind of go to Kickstarter. I mean, not that you could probably fund a Metal Gear game with their like massive graphical capacity on Kickstarter, but
oh yeah,
I mean that does seem like the kind of not the end game, but like kind of the final. I was about to say the final solution. No, that's not good at all.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kojima's he's not a good Kickstarter game maker.
No, he wouldn't
Like,
be. It wouldn't be. He's got too high maintenance. You'd have to. And also, I mean, not English speaking to begin with is going to be a bit of a drawback.
that's true. Well, he's
Um,
well, I mean, the Metal Gear Solid franchise is going to keep going, regardless. But
yeah.
then again, like I don't. It's not really a series that you could milk. They're
I don't know. I
quite.
feel like the last one was.
User left your channel. User joined your
I have
channel.
no idea what happened.
You're right.
I have no. I mean, the last one didn't they say it felt like they were trying to milk it?
What Metal Gear Solid 4?
No, the
Oh,
fight like
Ground
the
Zeroes.
yeah that thing again. I mean, I didn't play it just because it got such bad reviews, but it sounded like they were just trying to throw the Metal Gear name on something, and there was barely a game, and they got quite a lot of money out of it. But I guess you can't do that again because Metal Gear fans are really annoyed, and it's kind of clearly caused crisis in the franchise.
I know, but they still bought it. I reckon you could get away with it a few more times.
True.
But
What point do you think we started doing that in the Assassin's Creed series? I think it was Revelations that that we started to think, hey, something's up here.
it's definitely Revelations. Well, that was when Desolé had probably left, the
Yeah.
creative director, and that was when no one really seemed to know what to do with it anymore. Because
Yeah.
he had the over. I assume he had an overbranching story. And
Yeah.
then maybe he did like it's like the way George R. Martin has like given the producers of Game of Thrones like the ending to the show.
Yeah.
It's almost as if they like. I mean, I imagine Patrice Desolé did that with Assassin's Creed, and they just like,
The priest.
just like pushed the box to the side and just went keep going. There's
Yeah.
no need to finish it yet.
You know what I imagine happened, given my
Yeah,
knowledge of the relationship between those guys? They probably beat up that guy and
yeah,
just took it from his body.
that's true. And then just read it and went, "What if it's got his fucking
Fucking
ends in a
shit.
game?"
And then shoved it back down his throat and said, "Well, piss off," and just then made like finished Assassin's Creed 3 as if they were
Yeah,
gonna stick to it, and then we're just like, "Well, the rest of it seems a bit lame, so I'm not gonna do that.
yeah.
Let's make it about working at Ubisoft."
Well, that I mean, Revelations was when I was like gameplay wise, I was like, oh, they're starting to run out of ideas, and
Yeah,
then
the hook
yeah, and then
being the innovation.
Assassin's Creed 3 was like that point where I was like, oh, now they've really run out of ideas, and then Black Flags was when I realized they just didn't give a shit anymore. Like Black Flags, like because there's a difference between like running out of ideas and not giving a shit.
Yep.
Like not giving a shit is when you actively like are aware that you've run out of ideas, but you don't even care about trying anymore. It was like just put in boats and make loads of funny references. It's like no, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want that from the series.
Yeah, no, it did start to fall to shit, I feel.
Yeah. And then Unity, I haven't played Unity. I've heard it's a
I,
complete
I
mess. Though.
again, I think I'm just weaker willed than you. I want to play
Yeah.
Unity. I'm annoyed that I can't, or not that I can't, but they would only be on my computer.
I want to play Unity if I wasn't mortal, and I had like
infinite time.
if I had infinite time, then yeah,
It's
I'd
like the
love to
worst
play Unity.
endorsement of anything.
Because I
If
sort
the
of
finite
don't,
coil was not,
yeah,
then
I don't want to know that when I was dying that I wasted some of that time playing Unity. That would make me quite upset. It seems like a waste.
no, I understand. I mean, it's a grim notion, but yeah, no, I understand. I mean, if they're
Yeah.
not going to put the time in, then why should you? Is basically what we're kind of going for here.
Yeah. I mean, I
Oh.
became suspicious of it when everyone had English accents, and it was the French Revolution. It was like, oh,
Yeah,
doesn't
I
seem like you
mean,
did too much research.
but remember, it's done by a multicultural team, so
That's true. Of numerous beliefs, of which a majority of them believe that all French people 300 years ago spoke English accents.
Yeah.
So,
But remember, the animus adjusts, if they're even in the animus as animi anymore, the animus adjusts your voice. But I mean, everyone else, it keeps the accent.
yeah.
But not the French.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but with Connor, like, it didn't even give him, like, a Native American accent.
That's
It just sort of made him seem very boring.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's
don't
weird
know.
though. I was just thinking about it because Ubisoft are French, right? So surely this is the one bit that they should shine.
French Canadian. That doesn't mean I give a
But yeah,
shit.
French Canadian, yeah, Quebec.
Well, so what you anyway? We were chatting about Ubisoft. Oh well, no, we were chatting about
Kojima.
keeping the Creed alive.
Yeah.
What are you excited about? Because you wanted to talk
Well,
about something
I
with
mean, they're
Assassin's
currently
Creed.
releasing like snippets of something called Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I've seen
Hmm.
across the web.
Is that the one in
Um,
London?
Yeah, which I thought
Okay.
was called Assassin's Creed Victory. Now I'm not sure because it's hard to keep up nowadays. No, because it used to be if I
Yeah, it's
saw
just
an
there's
Assassin's
another.
Creed with a different name, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
they probably just changed the name. But now I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, they're probably just releasing two in London because they like to milk the engines.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which is which. I mean, if Syndicate is
Well, it
Victory,
might be
then
another
that's
side
good.
scroller because
Yeah, no,
they're doing that now. It's not just different generations now. It's side scrollers and
yeah. The side scrollers though, like that thing, the
yeah.
Chronicle. Those are all being called Chronicles though, so we can keep track of those. They're
Okay.
going to be called Assassin's Creed Chronicles, and then set full colon and then a country name. So
Okay.
we
Fair enough.
we started with China, which had that woman from Embers in it. So
Yeah.
that's nice. We get Ezio again
Good.
because he's never going to die.
When did he go to China?
He didn't go to China. I think you play the bit where she learnt from him in a villa in Italy.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
You like because he's like I think he's the tutorial mission, which is fine. I mean that is canon. That is
Oh man. What a way to like, because the wonderful thing about Ezio story is it documents a man throughout his entire life, and then they just like use his last years like he's the tutorial. It's like,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what made Embers really special. Is they're like
Yeah.
the last bit of his life doesn't need to be told via action gameplay. Like it's just the end of a man we've got to know quite well. And then they needed to sell a side-scrolling mobile game, so they put him in there.
Drag him out. Drag
And they
him
got
out the
rid of
ground.
the completely different voice. So even if he does have a closing monologue, it's going to be really poorly spoken.
Well,
Perfect.
what's the voice actor doing now? I know he's doing Sonic.
Is he?
which is a sad fucking.
What a decline.
Yeah, I know.
I got no idea what that guy's doing to be though.
So Syndicate might be different to Victory, but you do play a woman, which is why people are treating it like it's really significant.
Well, you play a woman and a man. You play like
Okay.
a brother and sister combo, and I mean that's interesting. That hasn't been done before. I don't think we had two protagonists either, so that'll be.
You kind of did in
Um,
Unity, right?
I haven't played it, man. I don't know. Is it
Oh no,
Arno
that
and
was
someone
co-op.
else?
It was.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
and
it's
there's a
just
co
four
But that'd
Arnos,
be cool
isn't it?
because I mean, if they do like a multiplayer co-op just exclusively between two people, because the four-player co-op, yeah, whatever, but two-player,
Yeah.
dedicated two-player based on two characters would be cool. I'd play for that. Because that's what I
So
always imagined the Unity one would be.
four was too many.
But yeah, four and also four playing all as Arno isn't cool.
Well,
Like
four assassins. No one needs four. There are
that's
never that many
that's
people around.
that's not necessary. Yeah, I mean they'd have to be massive maps. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be like two per guy maybe. And you don't need to be stealthy. You just fucking run in and slash up.
Yeah. No, if they did a proper co-op Assassin's Creed, I might be a bit more interested.
Yeah,
But
they only need
but
to
not
beg
not.
you for a few weeks or
Yeah.
other
Well,
than that.
well, the problem, I guess, well, the issue with Unity as well was they didn't really bring it into the narrative from what I saw because it's just four Arnos, and the whole thing was just because it's set inside a video game memory. They kind of just didn't even like bother with the
Yeah,
like
the explanation.
with the building the world. They just went, yeah, it's a video game, more Arnos than normal. It would like, well, surely that would cause some massive fucking desynchronization. Like
Yeah.
suddenly Arno split into four men,
Yeah.
and it's like, what the hell is going on? Like
Yeah,
lore-wise, no one
no.
cares, obviously, but
Yeah, but they should. This is the problem. They just kind of gave up
yeah,
caring. Like it's I don't know. Yeah, it's I think detaching them from the other universe, as interesting a move as it might have been, probably made them just really lazy.
yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
But so you're gonna buy everything then? Every
No,
Assassin's
because
Creed.
I haven't bought. Because this is the thing. I haven't bought Rogue. I haven't bought
Yeah.
Unity yet. I'm probably not going to buy Chronicles. So no, I'm not buying everything. I'm just probably going to continue to buy the main games. I'll get Unity eventually. I
Right.
probably won't get Rogue. As much as I like the boat stuff, then I'm probably boated out from Black Flags.
No, fair enough.
So I'll selectively buy them because it's still a franchise I enjoy. But
I've
well,
heard
kind
really
of.
good stuff about Unity, but I know I've heard really good stuff about Rogue, but everyone that loves it says that they really love Black Flags, and I just think Black Flags got a bit repetitive.
Yeah, I don't think I could play. I think I'm going to struggle to finish Black Flags with this amount of sailing because I've already done a lot of sailing.
Yeah.
And
You'll be fast
I'm
traveling.
still fun, but yeah, it's still fun. But I am fast traveling more and more. And the last four, I was like, oh, do I really have to do this again? And so I think if I have to go through a whole new sailing realm, then it's going to be too much.
Well, that's the problem. Like, because as soon as you start fast traveling, then you're like, oh, this is like a bad Assassin's Creed because there's no cities, there's no open world parkour now because you're mostly just running around like
Yeah, you just go to the city, do what you need to do,
islands.
and leave.
Well, they're not even
Like-
cities really. They're like a couple of like little condos.
Yeah,
You're, like,
I
running
mean,
around
even
Costa
places
Rica.
like Havana.
Yeah.
That was one thing I found though. Like one of the things where I felt most kind of like I was enjoying an authentic Assassin's Creed experience was the Templar hunts.
Yeah.
Like I liked those because you got to meet an interesting character and you got to do some kind of old-fashioned Assassin's Creed missions.
Yeah.
And because there was only four of them, it didn't quite exhaust the city.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was I think that was a good balancing act. And also, but as ever, you're just working towards more armor.
Yeah, no, exactly. I fucking knew it would be armor. So
Yeah.
there would be something hidden
You knew
behind
it'd be behind
this door.
a set of 5 keys as well, because that's what they did in Brotherhood, and that worked really well.
Well, the thing I don't understand about it is they say to him, "Oh, here's a door with 4 keys. Either go away and do a really fucking complicated, like bunch of missions, or just blow it open with all that fucking pirate TNT you have."
Wait, you can blow
like-
it open?
No, but like that's what he would do.
Oh, that is what
Like,
he would
he
do,
wouldn't.
yes.
He wouldn't ever fuck
yeah,
around.
It's weird as well, because they're like his characterization is ridiculous sometimes. Like in those Templar hunts, there's one point where he goes to the Maroon Assassin, I think he's called.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna help you unless you give me my key." And then they do a mission, he doesn't get the key, and he's like, "Oh, there's gonna be no more missions." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, how are they gonna resolve this next time?" And the next mission is just him walking up to him. It's just like, "Oh, okay, so just forgot."
Yeah, well, Kenway is a weak character.
Oh, he's
Although
so weak.
Actually, I do quite like all the little changes they made. Like I quite like the hiding in the brush. I like the whistle. It makes it really easy.
No, I
But
like the whistle as well because it's
it
something
does
you would
make it
do.
pretty fluid. Like,
Yeah.
and also even the running assassination stuff. Like, I kind of actually felt that worked more than it did in Assassin's Creed 3. Because
Yeah,
Assassin's
definitely.
Creed 3, like you kept telling me like, oh, it's all about like moving and assassinating at the same time. But I like never. You didn't really get a chance to do that because
See, I
I
love that thing. I loved it in free. I did it quite a lot in free. Though
I was
equally,
still
I say,
playing it like an old Assassin's Creed game. I was
no,
still on the roof. I'm like, wow, this doesn't work.
no. I think in
Yeah.
four it's more so. Yeah, just because so much of it is hit and running.
Yeah, well, they've
Um,
redesigned the maps to actually make it work that way.
yeah,
Like,
and even in
yeah,
boat combat and stuff, like if you're kind of like if you see your guys fighting some other guys in combat, you can kind of run and kill them quite quickly and move on to the next set,
yeah,
and that works really well. Money's a little too easy to come across in Black Flags, I think is another thing. I've already got so much money.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't really know what to do with. But equally now, even compared to free, like I think it's better than free in that sense because you can spend it on the ship rather than as ever on the villa. Though oh boy, you get a villa anyway, but this time it's an island villa.
yeah. With the island being like quite big enough that I couldn't be bothered to return to it.
Yeah, no, I've returned to it once, and that was because I just had loads of money and didn't know what to do with it. Because you told me not to upgrade the ship because it makes the game boring.
Well, yeah, I mean, because the entire game's just based around the idea of you don't need to get better with the ship, you just upgrade it and you win the game. It's like fuck that.
Yeah, no, it's not good. But yeah, no. So Assassin's Creed still has a place in my heart. It's fading,
Mm.
and it'll never be the same as it was when it was, but
Yeah.
it's there.
Well, fuck. What else we got? Do you wanna talk about paid mods? I know.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Okay, go on then.
I think paid mods was a fascinating experience into the psyche of like both the future of Steam and kind of I guess the future of
Yeah.
modders, but not so much. Not that's a bit too on the nose. Like just kind of consumer rights on Steam. Because the thing with paid mods, I think everyone seems to brush over, is one of the reasons I think they withdrew it so quickly is because they were for every mod purchase they were getting 75% between the developer and Valve.
Yeah.
And I think that's ridiculous. Like 25% for the modder. Like the thing is they've been saying for years, or not for years, probably
Yeah.
for a few years. They've
Hmm.
been saying that there needs to be like a donate button. So once you download the mod, you can kind of just go straight through. There should be a bigger button than it is currently, where you can only just touch a hyperlink,
Yeah.
and you can't even really hyperlink it. So they got to copy and paste it. Um, and yeah, just give them, don't if you, I mean, if you want to officialize it, maybe take like 10% or something just for the kind of money handling aspect of it. But 75% is an insane amount to give to Bethesda for stuff they didn't make.
Well, it was, but then the issue is like because well, that's why I thought like Black Mesa has sort of just happened that now
Balance
they're
is different though.
charging for
Again,
it. But
I still say it's different because it's a full game.
but at least with the Black Mesa thing is that at least Valve owns everything. So in their distribution fee and their like holding the IP fee are kind of the same. So they can just
Yeah,
take like 20% or 30%. But like because it was being split across two companies, that was kind
two
of
sets of 30. Yeah,
yeah, which is why I mean like but Valve definitely should have launched by having this on a singular Valve game. And
yeah,
then
definitely.
people
Like Left 4
might
Dead
have
or
been,
something,
which
or
is why
like
Black Mesa is so weird that like that's just now on Steam. It's definitely a mod. It's even all the awards it's got are for it being a mod, and it definitely deserves the money. I'll pay the money. There's nothing wrong with paying for mods,
yeah.
but it's also clearly a better deal for everyone. I don't understand why they didn't launch with this idea. And also the mod is more impressive than just shitty like swords
Well,
and
yeah, I was gonna say
armor.
I think the thing is that the scale of the mods. Like
Yeah,
I mean, Black Mesa is a full scale conversion mod basically. Like it's an impressive piece of work that took quite a while to create.
10 years.
Whereas like what they were trying to do is just every mod, like if you're willing to, and like they were like things like paying for cheats or like paying for infinite money, which is something you can access in console.
Yeah,
Like it's just kind of like just a lazy attempt. It's like kind of a blanket attempt at all modding. Like pay whatever price you want for whatever mod you're willing to create,
yeah.
and that's not going to work. It needs to be case by case, like Black Mesa, or like I mean, some of the mods in there, like some of the modders got upset because they feel their work is good. Like yeah, if you've put in the time, people will pay. I'm sure. I mean, I won't personally because if you can get it for free, then
I'll tell you
I
what,
need.
there are a lot of people who would definitely were even angry that modders were even asking for money. Like, this you were supposed to be doing this because it was what you love to do, and it's like, yeah, yeah, I mean, people will do this kind of stuff for free as
Yeah,
practice, but if they
but
get paid for it, they'd like that. It's like
yeah, definitely.
Kickstarter. Like
Yeah,
technically, yeah, I could. Anyone could make a feature-length movie if they spent years on it, but or they could just kickstart it and get the money immediately.
yeah.
Like
It's like
you can't blame
Patreon. Like you're
people for that.
technically paying people to do nothing with Patreon, but what you're doing is to paying them to continue doing something they enjoy and are good at,
Yeah,
and that's that's fine. You should encourage that because then they'll be able to do more of that.
exactly. But then getting annoyed at them, they want money for giving you enjoyment like that. No other
No.
company you get annoyed at that. It's just because it was free once.
Yeah, but equally mods are something else because I mean, I guess it's just because of our system, isn't it? Like everything has a monetary value attached to it.
Yeah.
So when you say that they didn't make it, they did make something. They used the tools to make it, but I think the thing is that they didn't make the tools, and that's where it comes into it, isn't it?
Well, people still say like, "Oh, YouTube isn't a proper job," and it's like, well,
It
it's
is.
it's fine. I mean, it's like being an interior decorator. Like technically, that's just like looking around a room and going, "Oh, put the red there. The red will look good
Yeah,
over there." And it's like, yeah, you might not respect it as a skill, but it is still like, if people are paying you to do it, then it's a job.
yeah,
It's like
definitely.
not everything has to be working down the mines or being bored in an office. Like there's fine to be
Yeah,
have a
people
creative
can.
job, like
Peop
because they don't get angry at like filmmakers or like game makers. Like technically,
yeah,
a
but they
lot
can
of
see the profit. They can see where it's coming from, can't they?
yeah, it's
It's
true.
ridiculous. No, I mean, yeah, like again, it raised some interesting questions. I think,
Hmm.
I think, yeah, and I don't think all of them are answered either. And I think it will be something that, understandably, some modders are annoyed at.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, especially when their content's stolen.
yeah, and I
Valve,
mean, I'd like
yeah,
to know. I don't actually know what happened regarding to it, but I'd
go
like
on.
to know what happened to the with the refunds. Like, did people? Because obviously Valve refunded.
Yeah.
But did the people lose out? Did they ever see the money to begin with? I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Oh, you had to make over $100 in order to
Okay.
get the money.
Okay. So
So
what?
so it had
So you
like an
had to. So you actually
AdSense
had to get over
system.
$400.
Yeah,
You mean?
basically.
Because if you only got if you use $100, then you'd only get 25.
Yeah, and like nobody made that amount of money
Oh really?
in.
No one, not even people buy. Because I know people were buying some of them ironically. Like one person made that mods paid for mods suck sign. It was like a £2 sign of just paid for mods sucks.
I
I'm
I
not. I'm surprised 100 people didn't buy that. Hmm.
I'd be surprised if anyone got over the $100. But I actually imagine they didn't actually transfer the money
Yeah,
like
definitely
within the
not.
3 day period that they
Because
you thought.
Valve hate refunds as it is, so let alone refunding and then having to pay extra money to modders.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, it was a bit of a mess, but not a terrible idea. There are some people who are like, I know that the whole like big angry babies came out when this is absolutely disgusting, but it's like it wasn't that bad.
No, yeah, it was
It was
fine.
just a badly implemented idea that didn't seem to have like even obviously when you're copywriting other people's copyrighted stuff.
Yeah.
That I mean, Jesus Christ! Like, yeah, how do you steal someone else's mod? Like, I don't think they properly worked that out. That almost seems to be another reason why they pulled it, just
Yeah,
because it
it
was sort of
was.
like we haven't really thought about this.
Yeah, it was also the
That's
first
what
time I
we
think I
did.
can remember popular opinion being really against Valve since, well, other than Dota 2 related things. But that doesn't really count.
That's true. And Half-Life
Well,
3.
yeah, but
But
that's
unfortunately, we can't get angry at that into
yeah,
existence.
because they're still
People,
making it apparently.
apparently. But what's the last one? Oh yeah, from people making. Actually, I have no clever lead into this,
Well,
but
I'll let
yeah.
you try. What we gonna go into?
Well, I was gonna do the whole Black Mesa, like, oh shit, it's people upgrading the glory of the olden days to recapture it. But this is basically exactly the same thing. This is people the Banjo Kazooie spiritual successor on Kickstarter.
Yeah, pretty much
That's
same thing, just weaponized nostalgia.
of course. I'm not a big fan
Except people are paying for it before they get it rather than after. So
of course. Well, yeah, no, it's just one of these teams has do they have a track record?
I don't know. I don't think so because it was Rare, wasn't it originally? So unless they're all from Rare,
It
then
was
probably
right.
not.
I'm gonna actually research this and I'll cut this awkward bit out.
That's fine. I mean, I will keep talking. No, yeah, I mean, Banjo Kazooie, classically loved game. It's been talked about recently that they're trying to get Banjo and or Kazooie, probably both of them, onto the Super Smash Bros. Games
Yeah.
on Wii U and 3DS. which I think will be interesting.
Aren't they Xbox properties now?
Are they?
Yeah, because Microsoft bought Rare. So that
Oh,
definitely
I
won't
see.
ever happen.
Fair enough. I mean, I know the creator said in the interview the other day that he wants it to happen, but I didn't know the context behind it, that it was impossible. That's pretty lazy then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but he could say he wanted anything to happen.
Yeah, true. I
This
mean,
is
he can say. So
yeah,
who are they?
it seems to be well, it just says the creative talent behind Banjo Kazooie and Donkey Kong Country.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't say anything more about the people. Now, if these are still the same people that have stayed around at Rare to make all the shitty games that Rare did, I would say comfortably that they've lost it.
Definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, I
I
mean
mean,
this
what else
thing,
did they make? Like GoldenEye Rogue Agent, things like that.
yeah, but they're. I mean,
Hello?
it's nice to see another 3D platformer come out.
Hmm.
It's nice, but yeah, I wonder if it's it'd be kind of nice to see a 3D platformer that added something new because I imagine this is just going to be just more of the same old stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, because it's not they've got the Banjo Kazooie name on it. It doesn't even need to kind of try and innovate. It's probably just going to get by on being what it's always has been.
And also, this was a company that was shut down and went out of business. Are these the best people to be giving this amount of money to? But anyway, I mean, really, it's made. Fuck, how much more has it made than it should have? It's made over 6 times its goal.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it had a
ridiculous.
£175,000 goal, and it's made £1.5 million. So I don't like. Oh, let's look at their stretch goals. Uh, with £1.5 million, they are going to have an orchestral score, which apparently is £300,000 different. I don't think it costs 300,000 to hire an
That's an
orchestra,
impressive orchestra. You're paying them well.
but it's going to be a PC game.
What is it exclusively?
Yep.
Well,
Well,
that in itself is pretty
it
weird.
will definitely go. It will definitely come out somewhere else.
Probably on the
If they get
XBL.
1 million, it's going to be a Wii U, Xbox, and PlayStation 4 releases all on day one.
Well, that's probably going to happen if it's making money, like you said. Is
But they say that. Does it have the distribution deals, or are they just saying these things?
well, I mean, I don't know why that's determined by an amount of money as well.
Yeah. Well, they're just kind of saying, oh, if we make, yeah, they're just sort of saying if we make a bit more money, then we're gonna not just release for 3 platforms, we're gonna release for 6 platforms, which is quite a lot more platforms.
Definitely. I mean, there's
Like,
a lot of porting. That's
yeah, I mean, it sounds, and it's gonna come out around the same time as well. It just sounds like they're gonna hire a lot of people and run all the money into the ground. But but who knows anyway.
maybe.
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say maybe we're being cynics. I mean, I'll look into it. I probably won't buy it. It would take a lot to get me to buy it, especially if it's full price.
It's true.
Because I
Well,
mean,
I'm
I've
not.
already played Banjo Kazooie. It's got a special place in my heart. These new set probably won't.
Yeah, well, it just seems like cuddly cartoon characters in another game that's going to be just like Banjo Kazooie,
Yeah.
and it's making a shit ton of money on Kickstarter. And I'm not very confident about the Kickstarter games that have come out so far because a lot of them haven't been made,
Yeah, true. The
and
one that
most
has
of
been
them.
made is Pillars of Eternity, and that's pretty damn good. So,
And then obviously, as you were saying about the auteurs, where you've had like it was a Broken Age, wasn't it?
yeah,
But
Tim
yeah,
Schafer.
having seen a lot of Broken Age, like for the amount of money it made and for like how much more vibrant his old games look, like it doesn't seem like there's like these just seem like quite bad versions of them. Like it seems like
Yeah.
most of the money's just gone on hiring Elijah Wood.
Yeah, well, I mean, a guy I was talking to made a pretty good
Yeah.
point that the reason Tim Schafer has not been ragged on by game media is because he's good friends with most of them because they all live in LA together, whereas
Okay.
Peter Molyneux lives in Reading. So that might be one of the reasons he's been more critically maligned, which I thought was a good point, and I wouldn't have thought of. But it does make me think that Tim Schafer did basically pull the same thing with Broken Age, but he got off pretty lightly. But then equally, Tim Schafer stays pretty quiet, so.
Yes. That seems to be it. I mean, yeah, the Rare people are staying very quiet. I've never even heard of them.
Well, I mean, they're probably hiding from the feds or something, aren't they?
You know, oh well, I look forward to that new nostalgia bait.
Yeah,
That'll be
definitely.
good.
I mean, that's great. Yeah, I mean that does seem to be increasingly what the video game industry is becoming. So.
Yeah. But anything else? Anything else you want to chat about?
Just don't think. I don't think there is in terms of video games. I mean, there's plenty to talk about other than, but it seems to be we've stuck to video games, so let's keep it like that.
A general election happened, but
Oh yeah,
oh
In
well.
Britain we're currently mourning the death of democracy, but that's probably a story for another time. I'll write an
Exactly.
article about it. I've got a nice little
Not.
complainy one lined
I
up.
I don't think you should talk about politics and Yooka-Laylee in the same breath.
No, maybe not. I don't know, but you know, you gotta bring politics back down to the level somehow.
That's true. I'm
But
also worried about this game because of the number of rare puns they have. Let's resurrect the Buddy Duo platformer.
oh
It's a
god,
rare rival.
oh,
Oh
oh,
shit!
that's gonna be so bad. That has literally made me turn me off the game.
I actually wish that I could pay money to remove money from their Kickstarter.
Yeah,
They should bring in that.
cancel out money. Where does it go instead? Charity.
It just goes straight to Kickstarter. They just. It's a win-win for them.
That's true. They are getting, but I mean, that'd be controversial. But I would love it. I would definitely. God, because imagine that brony dating sim would have been at like
Yeah.
minus several hundred.
Jesus Christ. But anyway, that was me and Aaron talking about stuff.
Yeah, that's the
So,
internet in review.
All of it. Every last drop.
All yeah.
But thanks for listening if you did.
Yes. And talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.